Welcome back to the podcast, guys. This is Taurus Cryptocurrency News. I'm your host, Joe Nobody. If my speech and stuttering is a little bit worse tonight, I have had a few wobbly pops. It has been a long day. Cousin Eddie came over and backed up the shitter the other day, and I had about 6 inches of poop water in the basement, and I've been dealing with that all day. Hey, shitter's full. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to a couple of people here. All right, I have no affiliation. This is not sponsored. All right, I just appreciate hardworking blue collar Americans, like many of you listeners out there. All right, so first shout out is to Mr. Reuter, and I'm going to give a shout out to Mike and his son. Okay, they did a great job. They were super friendly, super professional. Stuck the camera down there, showed me exactly what the problem was, and they came in about half of what I was expecting to pay for a mainline sewer backup like that. So, Mr. Reuter, can't say enough good things about him. Was very happy with them. The next one coming up are the dudes that came over from Interstate Construction LLC. All right, and they basically do insurance repairs and renovations. These guys came over I want to say 8 o'clock at night. Okay, they got down there. They started getting the carpet up. All right, these guys are hitters. All right, they worked late. They worked late into the night to get all the shitty water out of there and to get the crappy carpet out of there. And then they came early this morning and started cutting up the walls and stuff so my kids wouldn't be exposed to bacteria and stuff from the sewer backup. And these guys hit it. They didn't screw around. You didn't see them sitting out in the van for, an hour smoking cigarettes, all right? These guys did a great job, all right? So what did I do? Hey, I went to the store. I brought them a couple Gatorades, all right? And no, that's not much, but it shows appreciation, all right? It shows appreciation for your blue-collar workers out there that are hitting it, all right? It's hot. They're going up and down the stairs. They're dealing with humid conditions, so just little random acts of kindness. So the guys at Interstate Construction LLC, if their boss is listening, these guys are hitters, man. They did a great job. Everything was explained very well, and I couldn't be happier with those guys. So Mr. Reuter, Interstate Construction, hats off to you. Appreciate it, boys. All right, getting back into it. Speaking of these guys, okay, one thing I'm going to talk about briefly here before we get into the rest of the podcast is the blue-collar workers out there. For years, it has been pushed down our throats, all right? You're exposed to it throughout high school from your guidance counselors that college is the only option, all right? And I'm here to tell you that college is not the only option, all right? I sucked in school. I did okay in community college. I worked as an EMT because it interested me, and I excelled at that. And then I found myself leading a path into different avenues into the trades and some more blue collar work. And I'll tell you what, there is a lot of money to be made if you're willing to work hard, work long hours, work nights, weekends, miss a couple of birthday parties, lose a couple of friends. There is money to be made out there. All right, this agenda that you have to go to school for 6 years and waste your parents' money playing beer pong in a house from 1936 with 15 other guys it's a fabrication, all right? You don't need to sit in a dorm room with a Bob Marley poster to prove that you're woke, okay? What you need is you need an education in the school of hard knocks, all right? Because you're coming out of there after spending $125K on a 6-year degree from the University of Michigan. And what are you doing? You're a middle manager at Staples making $32K a year and you barely have dental insurance, okay? And I'm not saying that as a joke. That's just a reality for a lot of people out there. All right, there's a lot of money to be made in the trades. If you want to be an electrician, if you want to be a plumber, if you want to be a millwright, if you want to be a carpenter, if you want to work in a factory, the assembly line, all right, a painter. All right, if you want to do stuff with your hands, there's money to be made out there, all right? There's unions where you get, double time on holidays and paid overtime and vacation pay and all kinds of great benefits because the unions provided that for you. And I know I'm going to get some comments, pro-union this versus anti-union that and crooks, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to lie. There is a lot of crooks in the union, but the The ones that are the crooks are the ones at the top, the greedy ones, okay? Much like your institutional bankers, all right, the greedy ones. But for the majority of people involved in a union, it is about the people, just like cryptocurrency is about the people. And on that note, we're going to jump right into the segment here. And I want this to be like the cryptocurrency for beginners, for your blue collar worker, all right? So if you're at the Ford stamping plant, or if you're on an assembly line, or you're working at Chrysler, okay, and you don't want to waste your money on lottery tickets and 40s, okay? Obviously, you know it's a joke, but if you work on an assembly line, you know that's not a joke. All right, you're probably having a chuckle over that one. I know a couple of guys that are. All right, but you want to put your money into something that's kind of a little bit of a, that can get you out of the rat race, and that's cryptocurrency. Okay, and guys, I'm not an investor. This is for I am an investor. Like I said, I had a couple wobbly pops earlier today. It was a bad day for me today. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. But I've gone on YouTube and I look here, on these guides of how to buy cryptocurrency for beginners. All right, updated ultimate guide. All right, from this lady, and I'm not going to talk crap about her because, hey, she's just trying to get her stuff out there like the rest of us are, okay? But I watched this guide. This is not a cryptocurrency guide for beginners. All right, I'm involved in cryptocurrency, and you're talking about in this. This is like 30 minutes long of, encryption and blah 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 that no one really cares about. All right. If you're listening, you want to know how to get involved in crypto in 5 minutes, okay? And I'm going to tell you in 30 seconds, okay? You get a phone, all right? You download Coinbase, all right? Cool. You got Coinbase on your app there on your phone, all right? You do some market research. You listen to podcasts of guys that know what they're talking about that are going to steer you in the right direction, or gals, and not shill you a bunch of crappy coins, all right? You do your own research. Maybe after you get off work, do an hour of research a night on what cryptocurrency is, what the predictions are for things like Cardano or Bitcoin or Ethereum, for the future, or long shots, or emerging coins like Bonfire Token or whatever, okay? You do your own research. You educate yourself. That's the most important thing, all right? And then you pull up that little app. You follow the guideline. All right, you put in your personal information, you hook it up to your bank account, and you can start buying crypto in like 5 minutes. I don't know why people have these half-hour guides out there. That's not a beginner's guide. You know why beginner's guide is? All right, well, first of all, listen to Taurus Cryptocurrency News because, I'm about the blue-collar worker. I'm always going to steer you in the right direction. I don't want to see anybody lose their investment or their money, in some sort of crappy coin or somebody shilling some, fat coin. I like fat coin, bro, cause it has a rocket and a moon emoji, and that means I'm gonna be rich, bro. Now, don't buy that stuff. That was Bobby Cheeto Fingers. I hope you're familiar with Bobby Cheeto Fingers. We had him on in the studio a few days ago. But anyway, you don't need a half-hour video to get started in cryptocurrency. You need about 5 minutes and a phone and a little bit of extra money, okay? And never overextend yourself, all right? Only invest, what you're willing to lose, because you could lose it, all right? And the unfortunate thing here that I see with blue collar people, right, is impatience. All right, they see some sort of crappy coin being shilled on social media, and then they put their 2-week paycheck into it, and it dips 11% in the first week or two that they're holding it, and then they sell it for a loss. Well, guess what? You just lost money. All right. But if you want to make money and you want to develop wealth over time, instead of YOLOing that entire paycheck into, something like, I don't know. God, I hate to say it because the Doge Army is so strong out there. All these dog walkers out there. But I mean, if you YOLO it into something, and that's what the kids say nowadays, into something like Doge, all right, you're gonna lose your money. It's plain and simple. Now, if you got in early, if you were really, had your finger on the pulse on this stuff, and you got in early when it was like less than a penny, of course you made money. All right, but you're not one of those people. All right, you're hearing about Dogecoin on Good Morning America, and by that time it's too late because like 70% of the coins out there are owned by whales. All right, and as soon as they take their profits, They're pulling out the rug from underneath you, and you're going to be left for broke. So don't invest in crap like that, all right? Invest with stuff that has use case, all right? So these guides out there that just, it's like the same thing Wall Street does, all right? Some of these guides, they make it seem so complicated that only they can do it, and you need them in order to invest your money. You don't need that. All you need is a brain, a finger, and a bank account. All right, that's all you need. I swear to God, it sounds so simple. You're probably like listening to this, like, really? That's it? But no, that's all you need. All right, and then you research, projects like Cardano, like Cartesi, like AMP, Bonfire Token, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum. You involve yourself in what these things are, okay? And you realize that when you're starting out, you want to invest in things that are going to bring you gains over a long period of time. So if you're, say you're making $1,000 paycheck every 2 weeks, all right, put 10% aside of that, if you can afford it, into cryptocurrency. And and especially into a project like, Bitcoin or Cardano or ETH. And then you just forget about it. All right, don't even look at it. Just leave it in there. All right, and then over time, you're going to look at it every 6 months, and you're going to look in 6 months and you're like, holy shnikes, there's a lot of money in there. Okay? But if you're watching the market, the market's, God, it's so volatile right now, all right? So if you're if you're catching, buying the dips and trying to sell high and all that stuff, let me tell you right now, if you're a beginner, you're going to end up selling low and buying high every single time, all right? And then you're going to be in the negative, all right? So invest whatever you can. If it's a little bit, that's cool. There's nothing to be ashamed about, all right? Because we know if you're a blue collar guy, you're, probably reliant on, overtime and stuff. And you might be a little overextended because, hey, you get a good overtime check. You want to spend it. You want to have a good time. You're taking the family on vacation, whatever. Okay. But my goal is to get more of these blue collar workers involved in I'm not saying just crypto, but investing their money. All right. So they can get out of the rat race down the road. And that's the biggest goal. I hate to see anybody at the age of 74 years old or whatever having to take a job as a Walmart greeter just to afford their prescription medications. I think that's terrible, all right? So if you do a little bit now, it's going to do a lot for you in the future. And I'm not talking about just crypto, okay? There's the traditional stock market. There's real estate, whatever you want to get yourself involved with. But educate yourself before you end up putting your hard-earned money into something, all right? Don't listen to some goofball, all right, 3 bar stools down from you, all right, that's drinking fuzzy navels, all right, trying to talk you into some goofy investment, all right? You got a brain up there, all right? You're a hardworking guy or gal, all right? Use it. Do your own research, man. There's so much information out there available to people that it's just like, it's crazy. You can literally get a college education online, all right? And what is education, all right? What is going to college? It's someone giving you information from their head, from a book, for you to absorb. Pretty sure you can do the same thing yourself, okay? Right? What is a college education? It's someone sitting there talking to you, all right? They're probably, teaching some sort of lesson on a light beer hangover because, they're a teacher and they're not making enough money. All right. So what does it matter? Educate yourself. All right. All knowledge is regurgitated information. That's all it is. If you're on a basic entry level, you're in college, it's regurgitated information. It's from a book. It's from somebody's head. Okay. The best education out there is a school of hard knocks. And that's one that if you put your mind to it, you will never fail. That's all I got for today, guys. Like I said, I'm sorry I got this one out late. It's been a long day for me. But a big shout out to Interstate Construction LLC and Mr. Reuter. They really took care of me and my family. No affiliation, no sponsorship by them. Just wanted to say thank you because they did work really, really hard to mediate the the water in my basement. So thank you guys. Take care of each other and be safe and be nice. Good night.